Well, I'm no financial analyst, but I believe it's safe to say that the cruise ship industry is dealing with a very, very bad situation at the moment. In today's video, we are going to talk about the possibility of the entire cruise ship industry potentially going bankrupt. Also in this video, we're going to talk about the options that the cruise ship industry does have if it wants to avoid bankruptcy.
Let's go!
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Jay. Welcome to my channel, The Ship Life, where I talk about all things regarding cruise ships and the cruise ship industry. If this just happens to be your first time visiting my channel, or you just haven't yet and you've been watching my videos, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so that way you get notified whenever I post my new videos. So for today's episode, we're going to be talking about something very serious, and that is the possibility of the entire cruise ship industry as a whole potentially going bankrupt. Now, bankruptcy essentially is when a person or organization, meaning a business or a company, can't pay their debts. Basically, they're broke and they have no money. Now, guys, before I get too deep into today's episode, I want to make it very, very clear that I am in no way, shape, or form a financial analyst. I'm not a financial expert, and even though I may have some shares, I am not an expert on the stock market either. Everything that I'm going to be talking about is pure opinion based on the facts that has been given to the general public. So I just want to make that clear, guys. If you have any comments or anything like that, of course, just leave it in the comment section below. But just understand, like I said, everything is opinion and pure speculation. All right, so it's no secret. We all know what's going on around the world at the moment. And for some reason, we still can't say the word on YouTube, which I still don't understand. By the way, guys, real quick, if anybody knows why we can't say this word on YouTube, please let me know in the comment section because I am beyond confused. I've done like basic research and I haven't come up with a thing. Anywho, guys, so it's clear what's happening, guys. We get it. Now, let's answer the question. Could the cruise ship industry essentially go bankrupt? And from my perspective, I would say yes, most definitely, guys. But I think I have enough facts to back up this claim. I'm going to explain in a minute. Now, here's the thing about the cruise ship industry, guys. A lot of people don't understand is that Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, right? 90% of these cruise lines are not backed by another company, right? Another company that isn't a cruise ship company, if that makes sense, right? Now, given, yeah, you have the new company that just threw their hat into the ring, Virgin, right? Because they have all these cell phone companies and other companies and, you know, bus companies and whatever, tech companies, Virgin. We all know about them, right? But no other company really, with the exception of Virgin and a small selected few, has something else keeping them afloat. No pun intended, by the way. No, actually, I did plan that. But anyway, guys, so they have nothing really keeping them alive. If the cruise ship industry falls, right, so does a lot of big companies like Norwegian, Carnival, and Royal Caribbean. If you guys haven't noticed, I don't know if you guys are into the stock market at all, the stocks have fallen over 50%. They are dropping like a rock, and this is pretty much unheard of within at least the past 10 years or so. And here's the thing about the cruise ship industry, guys, or just any industry for that matter, any giant company, guys, that you have really ever heard of, whether it be Tesla, Apple, Uber, right? A lot of this stuff that they have, especially speaking with the cruise ship industry, a lot of the cruise ships that are out on the ocean right now, a lot of the cruise ships that are being built right now, essentially are debt, right? These companies basically have this stuff built with the promise that it's going to get paid for, if that makes sense. That way they can leverage their money and use it how they see fit for other resources, other things that they may need, right? So essentially, with the definition of bankrupt, if these cruise lines go into too much debt that they can't afford, then, you know, they fall. They pretty much just go down. Now, a lot of people are asking why the cruise ship industries don't just shut down for like a couple weeks or whatever while all of this gets resolved. It's kind of common sense, but common sense isn't common. You have to understand, guys, and I've explained this in plenty of my videos, that the crew members on board the cruise ships, right, everybody is on a contract basis. It's not an employment type deal where you go home and you come back the next day or you leave for a little while. Everybody's on like 6-month contracts, 9-month contracts, and for the cruise line to shut down, they would still have to uphold that contract and pay whoever they need to pay, whether you be the dishwasher on board or part of any entertainment. And that's just the way it would go down, right? There's so many factors involved with that situation alone. But let's get to the biggest reason why the entire cruise ship industry could go bankrupt. And I say the entire cruise ship industry because, again, I believe that if one cruise line goes down, the majority of them will go down as well, right? So if Disney falls, then, well, maybe not Disney, because again, just like Virgin, they have other things backing them. But they may stop their ships, right? But if Royal Caribbean goes down, Carnival could go down, and then P&O, so on and so forth, right? But the biggest factor that's involved with this entire situation is easily the fact that they have a ton, and I mean a ton, by the thousands a day of cancellations. People are so afraid of what's going on right now that they are canceling their cruises that are potentially like a year out, right? It's all over the internet, and it's the craziest thing to see, right? People are so fearful about this thing going around, and you know, the media, the way they're blasting it, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But if you try to call Carnival right now and cancel your cruise, right, you're going to be put on minimum anywhere for a 2, 3, possibly even 4-hour hold, because they are that backed up. They're that busy. Everybody wants to cancel their cruises. Everybody wants to move. And, you know, the cruise lines are honestly taking every measure that they can to avoid this situation, right? They're making sure the ships are clean. They're doing all these extra tests. They're doing health screenings, right? They're doing literally everything they can. They're changing their cancellation policies, right? Which, by the way, guys, if you want the cancellation policies, I'll leave a link below. But also keep in mind that the cancellation policies are changing literally by the hour, right? Which is why I'm not talking about everything in great detail. Same with the stocks and all the other stuff. Everything's literally changing as we go, right? And speaking of changing, right, the reason that all this is happening is due to the media, right? Now, honestly, if you guys don't know, the media is nobody's friend. The media is like every other TV show or anything out there. They're looking for views, right? So they're going to put out what is bringing in the most views. And since a cruise ship industry as a whole is a very, very hot subject, they are definitely just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, right? Even though it may just be the same story, but they're just going to keep on developing it so that it can get the views and the likes and everything else that they need, because they are a company that depends on the viewership and audience retention, right? So you guys got to keep that in mind as well. But the media is very, very powerful, guys. I know a lot of people are arguing with the sickness that's going around right now, that it's no different than the flu or anything else that's happened, right? Remember, we had swine flu back in the day, and then we had bird flu and all these other, you know, they're all dangerous and they're all potentially deadly. However, right, these things come and go. It's not like the world's about to end like the media is making it out to be. However, since it is being put out there, and most people, or I'm sorry guys, I hate to say the word, but sheeple, because most people are just sheep. They just sit at home and they watch the television and they assume that everything is factual when it's not, right? The media will blow up things to make it bigger than it actually is. And obviously this is not helping the cruise ship industry in any way, shape, or form. So just be mindful of that, guys, because at the end of the day, if the media keeps putting this information out, there is nothing the cruise lines can do. They can take every measure they can. They can update the cancellation policy. They can give onboard credit. They can do whatever they want, which is what they're doing right now. They're doing everything right, as opposed to even the airlines right now. Airlines are set to lose, I believe it's like $250 billion. I'm assuming that the cruise lines are going to stand to lose either that amount or more, right? And it's not a good situation right now. But the cruise lines are doing what they can to keep everybody safe. However, the media has taken over, fear has taken over, and there's nothing that can be done, which is why the cruise lines could potentially be facing a very, very bad situation, which would be, at the very worst case scenario, bankruptcy. Now, guys, to conclude, there are ways that I believe that the cruise ship industry can indeed be saved from this situation. One being is what they are doing is changing their cancellation policy, right? Like I said, they are making it available for you to rebook your cruise for most people up to 2021, I believe. At least that's what I most recently saw, right? They're making the booking a lot more flexible for people that have already booked and trying to help them out and make them feel comfortable and assist in any way that they can, which is a very, very good thing. Now, the second way that I believe they could be saved, and that's if people are willing to deal with it. The people that can't, unfortunately, cancel, even though there are more flexible cancellation policies, the cruise lines are trying to find other destinations for them to go to where they don't have the lockout, right? Because this is causing a very, very large problem, right? Obviously, Italy is a no-go, which is a huge money bringer for the cruise ship industry and Italy as a whole, right? There's other ports, there's parts of the Caribbean. There's that report I did, the French island that you had angry locals that were throwing rocks and everything, right? There's just so many economies that are being affected by this, and it's one of those things where if one economy is affected, every economy could potentially be affected, like the cruise ship economy, right? If the cruise ship economy is affected in any way, right, who is providing the materials to the cruise ships, right? Who's providing the oil that they need? Who's providing all the materials, the food? Everybody's being affected, and if one person's affected, the prices are going to go up and skyrocket, and it affects everybody on and on and on, right? So you guys got to be mindful of that. But if the cruise lines do it right, if they're doing their part, I believe that they can indeed bounce back from this. But the fact of the matter is they have already lost millions of dollars. I'm assuming they're losing millions of dollars a day, potentially. I can't say for sure because I'm not in that cruise ship loop. I'm not one of the corporate execs, so I can't say. But I'm going to assume it's got to be at least $1 million or $2 million a day, right? It's very, very costly. But, we are all hoping and praying that everything works out, in the best possible outcome is what we get. And, we can only hope that it works out. We hope this sickness that's around goes away, and, but I guess nobody can say for sure. But anyway, guys, I want to wrap this video up. I don't want to start, rambling on or whatever. I hope you guys don't think that I am. I'm just trying to bring out as many facts as I can. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Of course, if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'll be posting another video in another day or two. But like I said, guys, let's have a conversation in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys are getting valuable information from me. And if there's anything you guys want, let me know in the comments. But until I make my next video, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.